In the previous video, we saw how we could write CSS rules to style all of your P elements, or all of your H1 elements, or all of your H2 elements. But what if you only want to style specific ones? Well, this is where classes come in. The example we'll use for this video is a very simple website that shares some opinions about food, and specifically hawker centres. As you can see, there's absolutely no styling at all on this website. We have an external spreadsheet set up and ready to go, but at the moment it's completely empty. So first things first, let's set up some basic styling with what we know. The first thing I want to do is change the font of all the text everywhere in both of the pages. So what I'm going to do is create a CSS rule that changes the font family of everything within the body element. So I'm going to use here just a very standard font, as well as a couple of fallbacks as last time. Next, I want to change the colors of the headers. I'm just going to make them all a standard blue. And then finally, what I'd like to do is change the colors of the links. So I'm going to use a CSS rule with A as a selector. And I'm going to make my links all brown. Something I'd like to highlight here, though, is that for links, you can also change the styling for once you've visited a link, or when you're hovering over a link, or if a link is active. So please do have a look at how you can do some more fine-grained styling for links than what we have here. Now, the standard blue color here isn't very appealing to me at the moment. So what I'd like to do is search for a color picker online and try and find a variant of blue that looks a little bit better. So once I've found one, I simply copy and paste the hexadecimal representation of that color into the CSS style sheet. You can also copy and paste an RGB representation. That's in terms of the red, green, blue components. Next, I'd like to make the first couple of words of the final paragraph red to draw the user's attention to this warning. But of course, if I use P as a selector, then all of the text is made red, which does no good at all. A good solution to this problem is to write rules that apply only to elements that are of a particular class. So to do this is quite simple. As a selector, you just write a dot, followed by the name of your class, and then you use the class attribute of your HTML elements to indicate where that rule should be applied. So any P elements with this attribute is going to be colored red. But actually, if you only want to color specific text within a paragraph, then you can put that text within some span tags that allow you to do some inline styling. So I'm going to add a CSS rule for a class called important in my style sheet. And I'm going to use span tags to apply it to text in the website that the user should really pay attention to. Good. We can see that the styling has only been applied to the words very important. Let's just make sure we highlight the chili warning on the other page too. Then finally, I'm going to use a dish class to do a little bit of extra styling for the names of the dishes that are recommended. Here they are styled in small caps. So let me just style the kolo mee and the dry mee pok fishball noodles. Lovely. Finally, I just want to show you that you can specify that an element should be styled according to multiple classes. So if you want kolo mee to be red and in small caps, simply write dish space important and you're done. So with that, you should be able to search for and apply hexadecimal color codes. You should be able to style links, use class selectors in your CSS rules like .dish, specify class attributes in your HTML tags, do some inline styling using span, and finally you should be able to specify multiple classes. See you next time.